Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers HasLab Liokaiser. Finally, the final video of this whole thing, and there is a box. Of course, it's massive, so we have to do just the box before we do anything else. And you can see, it's a very nice bit of artwork there of, well, Liokaiser being all menacing and whatnot. You also have the Generations logo up there, along with the Transformers Legacy logo. Interesting enough. I think they're just doing that because the other two Victory HasLabs were done in Legacy, so there you go. And of course, right there, they got little pictures of the 7 individual members right here. You got the Transformers Victory logo right there, Liokaiser 15+, because it's not for children. On the top here, you have, hey, look, there's a picture of Liokaiser and the Victory logo again. On the side here, you have the Transformers logo in purple, and of course, the Japanese version. Of course, again, the picture, column of pictures of the individual members right there. On this side, you have, hey, look, there's pictures of nearly everyone, the main six members of Liokaiser team, the best force, right there, in there. So Leozak, Skyhawk, Killbison, Jauga, Joehorn, and Ellbat. And on the back, you of course have, well, Liokaiser again, plus, hey, look, there's alternate configurations and whatnot, and plus Deathcobra, and there's the HasLab and Takara Tomy and Authentic and all that stuff, manufacturing stuff. And also on the bottom, you do have, hey, look, another picture of Liokaiser plus manufacturing details and what's included and all that stuff. So also inside the box, show that real quick, you have the separate box trays. That's kind of upside down, but show that real quick. Yeah, this one has the actual, like, the accessories. This one has the jets. This one has one of the tanks and the I think tank and helicopter. And this one had the tank and Jauga. I don't remember which exactly for sure on that one, but yeah, separate boxes. And also this box also had, I believe, the instructions on it, which, speaking of, came with these instructions, which they finally stopped doing posters. They finally listened. It's a booklet. It's a booklet. I'm so happy. It made it so much easier to go look through all this stuff and, actually transform the figures and everything, without having to have this massive poster spread out in front of me. Made it so much nicer. You don't even know unless you have this set. Then you do know. Anyway, so that's that stuff. I'm going to think a little differently. So before we bring out the figures and everything, I want to go over what the accessories that were included in the box. And those accessories include, well, you get, well, 6 sticks essentially right here. These are for the nunchucks, and these are all the nunchuck accessories are done basically this kind of very shiny grayish silver plastic right there. So you get 6 of these. Put those down. You also get 6 spearheads. You can see right here, again, they're all done nicely, and they also have a little tab there. There's a reason for that. You also get 6 of these little spiky collar circle things, like spike rings or whatever. You get 6 of these for each of those sticks. And you also get 6 of these little chain connector things. You get 6 of these. They connect the spears together so you can do the nunchucks. Was it electric nunchucks? I can't remember the exact name, but yeah, the little weird electric nunchucks that Liokaiser does. On top of that, you get 3 base stands, stand bases right here, and for them you also get the three I guess stand arms or whatever. I don't remember what you call, but yeah, these are for the stands as well. Plugging them in various ways. You can see each stand has 2 slots, so you can do it different ways. And on top of that, you have these 2 things, which these help connect the stands if you want to do one big stand for Liokaiser. And of course, you get this is the adapter for Liokaiser himself. So I'm going to put this all on the side for now, and we'll see this stuff later because, well, yeah, it's kind of important. And now you can finally see the entire team together. All 7 of them, in a line right there. Kind of a little difficult to film because of that. But you can see all 7 of them in a line right there. It's pretty cool. I'm going to bring them a little bit forward. I think I can fit them in camp frame still and bring them a bit forward. I'm going to have to anyway because of yeah, just barely. Deathcobra is going to be just barely in. You're standing funny. Why are you standing funny? There we go. Yeah. Just barely within frame. But yeah, there's the 7 of them. Yep, pretty much in line with each other. Looking pretty good as a team. I guess all the Deathcobra is kind of the what if, so to speak. And yeah, one thing, of course, is, well, I alluded this multiple times, which is, yeah, the whole weapon thing. These spear things, you can, well, of course, just, well, put a spearhead on the spear, and, well, you can arm them. So, you know, doing this whole thing. Yep, you can do that. Just arm them all with pretty much spears. And you can do that 6 times. Every single one of them is compatible. I'm not going to go ahead and show it off, but, you know, you can just, you know, arm them all spears. And it works. Everything's, you know, good on that front. Beyond that, of course, the stands right here. I'm just going to show this off real quick. You know, with the stands here, you see all of them have a peg hole in the back, and that can just peg onto right here. The only thing is, because of how wide these stands are, yeah, you kind of have to do that. But all the flying guys are definitely compatible with the stands. And just, yeah, there's, yeah, with the 3 arm dudes. Yeah, the 3 arm guys, you just, you know, just peg them on, no problem. Although, yeah, him, you have to get the tail out of the way, but, you know, pegs right there, you can see pegs right there, so you have to get the tail out of the way. But yeah, I can't remember, I believe Leozak I had to, yeah, Leozak, though, you have to do things a little bit differently. Showing off the other stand real quick. With Leozak, yeah, instead of the peg, use this thing on the other side of it. And that's the little rail thing you have to get under here and, you know, slide it on the rail instead. Yeah, you can see, yeah, they all have to go kind of wide-legged. And yeah. You can see you can do that if you want. So yeah, that's pretty much the extra accessories for now. We'll come back to it a little bit when we combine them. But first, before we do that, some comparisons for the group that we did not do earlier. First off, just because I guess why not, here's the leader of, you know, their leader, the Emperor of Destruction, Death Source, the HasLab version. This you see right there, how they compare right there. There's that. Here is Saber. See right there, you can see right there. Saber. Bring this down a little bit. Go. And there's Saber. Here's Victory Leo. You can see there. So here they are next to, well, HasLab Star Saber. Can you see that? In front of, I guess. And here they are with a Victory Saber. There. And of course, he's a bit taller, not surprising. And for the sake of it, here they are with Studio Series 8 Megatron. Just to, you know, give you an idea there. So there is that. So I'm going to go ahead and get these guys all transformed into their vehicle modes real quick. And we'll do that comparison as well. And again, there's the whole team now in the vehicle modes. You can see that all, yep. And that's pretty much all the, the vehicle modes are, well, pretty decent together, all things considered. Again, you know, we all know the compromise, you know, Kill Bison's tank mode's a little goofy looking, and, you know, Deathcobra might look a little goofy, and of course that might look a little goofy, but yeah, generally it's pretty good. Pretty good. The accessories, again, for the accessories, there's the whole thing here, which is, yeah, the whole thing with the accessories, of course, is, yeah, they can still, you know, they can still attach, although, I believe, if I remember correctly, there's a whole thing there. There's a specific lineup because of what's in the OP of Victory. And yeah, right here, might have to want to remove the breast animal on these guys. Again, there's this little thing right here. What you do is, yeah, you slot this in right here like that. And then you reattach the breast animal. Yeah, so on both Skyhawk and Ellbat here, that's how you slot those in. So I'm just going to do that real quick. And then with Leozak, it's right here on the knees. With him, I believe you can do it from either direction as well. Yeah, so with him, yeah, you do that, and yeah, and there's a very specific order. Do things, yeah. This right here, with these, yeah, these 6 right here, like this, that is how they are arranged in the OP for victory. Of course, Deathcobra's not really in the OP, but you know, he can have them right here, like that. The other thing, of course, is for Deathcobra, he also is compatible with these stands. Just gonna pull off, and yeah. But his is at the back here, so you have to more or less, if you want to do it right, you have to make sure the rail is facing the front, like this. And then, yeah, it's right here like that. And there you go. With him, he attaches like that. I'm going to go ahead and put this back to here. That's the unfortunate thing is just simply, yeah, this is the thing that kind of makes Deathcobra feel weirdly like an afterthought, which is funny considering he was, I believe he was the very first stretch goal was Deathcobra. So him feeling kind of like an afterthought is kind of funny because, yeah, there's only, you know, there's only 6 spears, there's only 3 flight stands, it's, yeah, et cetera, et cetera. It's just kind of interesting that they did it like that. So, yeah, there you go. There's a 7 of them, and again, some comparison stuff. Okay. It's kind of a weird comparison to do. This is going to also be difficult just because of size and everything. Here's Deathsaurus. Yeah, right there. Here's Deathsaurus, yeah. Kind of in the shot. Yeah, he's big, so he's difficult to get in there. Here's Saber. Right here. Here is Saber, right here, just to give you an idea there. Much smaller. I'm not going to do the whole huge rigmarole. Necessarily, but here's a Victory Saber. Right there, you just kind of get this all scrunched in. Way bigger, not surprising. And yeah, here's and here's Megatron. Not quite the same size. So start sitting funny. There we go. Yeah. Almost the same size as the tanks, but not quite. It's a bit shorter and yeah, why not? So there you go on that. So all that said and done, I'm going to get rid of the stands real quick. And now that I got the whole group here, we're going to go ahead and get these guys all ready for combined mode, finally. So I'm going to start with the legs and work up. So just getting everyone else out of the way. Yeah, starting with Kill Bison. Kill Bison here. First thing is what you want to do is remove this, get that out of the way again. From here, what you want to do is you also then have to remove this for now. Unpeg that, take this peg right here and rotate this around. Now what you want to do here is this tab right here needs to go in this slot while these peg in as well. And I find it easiest to just kind of put this at a slight angle so that it makes sure to line it up. Yeah, getting this at a slight angle so it makes sure to line it up properly as it's popping in so it doesn't, yeah, that way it locks in dead solid because a lot of people have missed that. Then of course you take the heel, point that down and pull the toe down right here. Also you can plug this back in as well and plug the turret back in, and that's one leg. And yep, he's pretty much largely the same, although with him you have to take this, the drill horn, bring this down, remove this right here, and then untab the whole cockpit thing. Right there, you have to untab that and then rotate this whole thing around like this. And then bring this up and close it up like that. Make sure to bring that down right there. Bring down the toe. Bring down the heel. And you can plug this back in as well. For now. And he's ready to go in his leg mode. And also you want to go ahead and kind of bend these back a click just to get them ready for combining. We'll put these off to the side for now as well, because now we're going to come to Jaruga. And for him, of course, you unpeg this stuff and remove this for now, and then also straighten out the legs right here, like that. I'll put it off side for a second. Then you got to remove the rocket pods here, like that. And you take the legs and untab those. Untab those like that. Untab the arms here. And just kind of bring them up kind of like that. And then with this, what you want to do. Okay, right here, there's a rail system right here, and there's like rails on here. You just take this and slide this in like so. Like that. Make sure to slide all the way forward until I get there. Bring this back like this, and then you can go ahead and take these guys and they'll plug into the side here. This will further lock things into place. So you plug them into the side right here, and this helps really more secure things better. And then right here, you take the wheels here and you bring them up. There's a little notch right here that this little tab right here will go into. You can see like that and like that. And he's pretty much ready to go. Leozak, you're gonna have to remove this guy right here. Just get them off, and then from here, go ahead and take these panels right here and move them down like that. Make sure that stays tabbed together. Bring these down like this. The feet you're gonna want to position like that, like so, and then from there, untab the arms and just kind of untab them and just bring them out for now. Untab these skirts. And then take the jet cockpit and bring it down right around like this and tab that in right there. Close these up right here like so. And then take this whole assembly right here and untab this and bring it down. Take this panel right here, bring it down. Rotate this 180 like this. Close this back up, and then take the waist here and rotate this 180 degrees like this. And then go ahead and untab the knees like that, and then bring this up right here. And go ahead and then bring this up right here, and this can go ahead and what do I do there? No. This up, just tab this all in right here like that. Bring this and tab this back in. Take the tail fins and bring these down like this, kind of off to the side. Bring this up right here, and these bits right here will go up in these little slots right there, like that. Get the arms out of the way some more, and then bring these fins right here. You can see the little tabs in the fins, which will go in the little slots right there. So bring that in like that and like that. And also bring this up right here. Bring the wings up like that. And yeah, just leave things like this for now. We'll finish this off when we combine to the full combine mode stuff. And of course, and same with this guy, leave this off to the side for now. With Skyhawk right here, take the of course landing gear, fold that up right there. Unpeg this right here. Take these and fold those down like that. Take the tail fins and bring those up right there. Then take these, untab the wings and bring them back like this. I'm gonna go ahead there and bring this down right here, like so, and then take this and bring this back right here like that, and then tab that into the fuselage like so. Take these pieces and untab them and bring them back like this, like that, keeping those arms in there. Take this, I want to take this and untab this, the little plank right here. And also get this black plank out here already as 90 degrees, and then push the head all the way into here like that. Get out of the way. Then you go ahead and take this and bring this down right here. Click into place, then rotate this around. And that came untabbed right there, but yeah. That's the arm done. And he's pretty much the same thing. And that's the other arm done. And with Deathcobra, we're going to go put him into his cannon mode initially. So get this out of the way first. Bring these up. Untab this. Bring that up for now. Going to untab this as well. Untab this. Or unpeg that, I should say. So then untab the legs from this, and then, straighten them out and, bring up the thighs. Like this, and go ahead and split the legs for now. Because what you're going to do here Actually, you know, that's fine. Never mind, you don't have to unsplit the legs. I'm jumping ahead. Kind of just bringing them up like this. Then you go ahead and bring this down, rotate this 180 degrees, and then bring it back up, and then bring the legs down like this, and then bring them up like that. Like so. You go ahead and bring this back down, right here. So it's sitting like that. You can do whatever you want with these. You know, I do like this, and then I put the rotor back in. So that way then the rotor can just snuggle between this and kind of not spin around. And you take this guy and you put him into his gun mode. So it's just, you know, bring the gun out essentially. And bring this out right here, and then just peg it into this peg hole right here like this. So kind of have it sitting like that. Although you can also just, you know, do this right here like that. And now he's ready to go. So to do the full assembly, finally, bring out the legs right here. With this, what you want to do is take this guy, and then of course these slide into these slots right here. It's very similar to Combiner Wars. Slide in bins and straighten that out, and then slide that in. Slide it in and straighten that out. So, going upstairs a bit. Take Leozak, and right here there's a little rail which goes over this right here, and these little tabs will go into those little rails right there. Just slide it back like so, and you bring these down. These will tab over top to secure it a bit. And then right here you can bring the arms down, and they'll now you can tab those in right here to secure things. And you can bring right here. You want to go ahead to make this a little easier. Fold this down. This is what this is for. Like I said, bring this up right here. Make sure these legs are straight up. Bring this up right here. These slots right here go over these tabs right here like that. And then you bring this forward, and these tabs right here will go into little slots on the feet of Leozak. Line that all up and tab it in like so. And then right here, these tabs right here will go into the slots right here on the back, just to further secure things. And that's most of that done. And then finally, take these guys right here, and these bits right here, you just slot these over like that. I'll bring this down for a second just so you can see that. So you just slot that over like that. And with that, you have Liokaiser fully combined. Liokaiser here is quite amazing looking, to be honest, in my opinion. Yeah, he comes together really cool. Like, things come together really solidly for everything. Yeah, it's just, but it comes together really solid, but it's also pretty simple. The biggest, like maybe the biggest frustration I've seen is maybe just getting Leozak kind of connected, but even that's not too difficult once you figure out the proper order of things. Because yeah, that's one big thing. Yeah, just once you figure out the proper order for Leozak, it's not too difficult to get him, you know, attached and everything. But yeah, just looking at him, he just looks so good. I mean, everything attached gets. Only thing I think the only thing that doesn't really attach super well is these arms. But honestly, that's just kind of whatever. The arms for, yeah, Jalgar's arms is the only things that don't really attach super well, but yeah. But yeah, he just looks really good. He comes together real solidly. Everything is just, well, he looks correct in pretty much every aspect. The only thing is, like, the way the arms work, you can't really actually get him any further inward than that. I mean, it kind of makes sense considering how bulky he is. But yeah, it's just kind of interesting that they did it like that. But yeah, it's just, of course, again, they'll have the thing with the wings up like this, the nose, jet nose cones kind of like that. He's got his oh yeah, I almost forgot. That's one thing I almost forgot, which is you're supposed to bring those little ears up. Almost forgot about that. Yeah, he just, you know, comes together really solidly, and everything works great. And yeah, that's the thing. It's almost everything is built in. The hands are built in. The feet are built in. The only thing is just, yep, the thighs and the hip assembly. That's the only thing not built in. That's the one compromise that I make just for the sake of maintaining proper proportions and everything. Because yeah, on the original toy, yeah, the leg bit, the thighs here came out of the tank guys, and well, that's kind of a little more difficult now with the more, you know, things like more articulation and whatnot. So yeah, he just looks really good, and I love this. I love just how it came together and everything. And he's also nice and bulky and chunky and everything too. But yeah, as for articulation, his head is on a ball joint. So you got left and right, you got up and down, you got not really wiggle. And actually, I don't think it's a ball joint. I think it's a multi-hinge system. I think it's like a swivel and a hinge. I'm looking at. I thought it was a ball joint, but yeah. So yeah, I think it's a swivel and a hinge, but still has pretty decent range of motion. The arms are kind of interesting because of, you know, kind of have to work around this stuff. This, of course, thankfully, this hinge right here, so you get that out of the way. But yeah, the arms can go forward and back right there. There is a outward joint right there and right there as well, so you can actually do that, which is pretty nice. There, of course, is a bicep swivel right here, and the elbow could go 90 degrees. That the wrists, of course, can swivel. The fingers can actually open and close. This one is the index, the pointer finger is by itself, and there's a hinge at the base and hinge mid knuckle right there. And of course, these fingers are all kind of one fused unit because there is a hinge at the nut base and a hinge mid knuckle as well for him. Let's get this all closed back up. As for the waist, well, unfortunately, there's the hip skirt's right here. It's a single piece, which that's going to upset people. The waist is underneath the hip skirt, and unfortunately, that's pretty much the entirety of the movement. There is some waist movement, but that's pretty much all you get because of, I believe, yeah, because of, what is it? It's actually stopping it. I'm trying to figure it. I think it's something actually, I think it's right here. This sculpting right here causes it to stop, so you can't really get any further than that. Okay, you can. There it is. You can kind of click it past, but I'm a little worried about longevity because of that. But yeah, I was going to say. So you can't actually get it, you know, rotate. It's just kind of there's this bit it catches on right there, which is a little unfortunate. But yeah, down here the hips, of course, you do have nice ratcheted forward right there. Ratcheted back right there, getting this out of the way. Outward you have that much. The only reason they stop is because of the wheels. Theoretically, if you wanted to kind of risk things, I guess you can get this out of the way, and there you go. Like that. You do have a thigh swivel right there. It's just friction. Some people have complained about the knees and thighs being a little loose. I believe right here on the back, just, you know, these 4 screws, just tighten those and they'll, you know, make things nicer. But yeah, knees can also bend about that far, which, yeah, thanks to sculpting, that's all you get. And down here at the feet, you get ankle tilt. A lot of ankle tilt. And the toe can go up. And right there like that. And the heel can also go up. So, yeah, he's actually really posable for, particularly for a mainline combiner. There's a lot going on here, which is nice. So, yeah. That's all that stuff right there. As for I guess the chest animals, of course, obviously, these 3, they can just stay where they are. And these, for the 3 jets, you can basically just plug them in the back here. Again, just plug them in like this. And like that, just kind of on the back. And then this is almost like perfect fit right here. Leo's actually just plugs in almost perfectly right here. Just like, it's like sits like nice and perfect. I'm pretty sure that was intended, so that's nice. So that's, you know, one bit of accessory stuff. And of course, you can take the gun off of Kill Bison and plug in his hand. Just got to make sure to open the fingers first. So you can plug in his hand. Now he's got his gun. Of course, it's not quite complete. The thing is, you got to get, well, the rocket pod. So I'm gonna pull those out. Yeah. I pull these off the waist. If you want to complete the look of the gun, then relock this stuff back up. Complete this. Well, you plug these into the top of this gun right here, and that will complete the proper look. If you look at the old photos of the G1 toy and whatnot, that will complete the proper look. And there you go. Now he's got the proper gun, and there's that. And of course, these guys, all this stuff, well, the cool thing here is the nunchuck. I'm just going to get this off. So this stuff, what you do is, well, you can just, do stuff like, take these little spike things and put them on there like that. And then you can like slip this into his hand. So, and then right here, you can then take one of these chain guys, like pop that there, and then like get another stick and another ring spike thing and another this, and then plug that in right there. Now, that's, basic, I guess a spiked nunchuck right there. Or you can, of course, rather than having that one, you can do another chain thing and then another stick with a ring on and so on and so forth. And, you just kind of build it up. I mean, you can connect all 6 of them together if you want. It probably seems a little bit unwieldy. Personally, I feel that looks to be a little unwieldy, but hey, you can do it. There you go. Now you got some. You do that with him. You already want with that stuff. That's pretty cool. But of course, we're going to get these out of his hands real quick because there is something we have to show, which I haven't kind of been not mentioning, which is Deathcobra. So Deathcobra's compatibility here is like, oh no, like, yeah, you see this, I did this, this is the canon mode. See, because, well, Deathcobra was in the show, he was supposed to be, the replacement for Ellbat, and, well, then Ellbat killed him. Because, Ellbat was incompetent, and then, well, Hellbat's incompetency, well, killed Deathcobra. But Deathcobra can attach to this guy now. So right here, straighten this out. You gotta move this bit out of the way, and then you have to just rotate this down, and then you take these pieces right here and fold them kind of back inward like this. Yeah, back inward, so you can then take the wings and fold them back and tab them back onto the arms like that. Right here, what you want to do is this peg hole right here, the one you usually attach the chest animal to, will go into this peg. There's a little slot. There's a little slot on this wing right there, which will then, this right here will tab into. So you just peg it in and tab it in, and now you have a shoulder cannon. Well, it's supposed to be a shoulder cannon. I guess, yeah, that's supposed to be the opening right there, is the shoulder cannon. The thing is, they also tell you to take all the, like, the chest mask, like the chest breastmaster, whatever things, and like pegging them onto him. And I think that looks stupid, so I'm not going to do it. But you can peg them onto there if you want, but I just leave them pegged where they are because I think it looks better. Because the funny thing, they tell you to put all of them on there except for that one, except for Deathcobras. They tell you to put them all on Deathcobra, so that's one thing. But the other thing, like I said, Deathcobra was supposed to be a replacement for Ellbat in the show, and well, he can still be a replacement. So to do that, I'm just gonna pull him off of him, and then for Deathcobra, we're gonna come back down here a little bit just to make this easier on myself. So for here, what you want to do is you want to pull this rotor off right here. You want to pull this guy off right there. Take this and bring that up right there, and take the legs and extend them down like this. And right here, you want to go ahead and put the feet up like that, and then separate the legs. So then come up here, open this up, and then collapse the leg up like so. Just collapse the leg up right here. Also helps to bring this down as well. Collapse the leg up and then close that up right there. And right here, you collapse this leg up. So take the fist here, bring it out, collapse the leg up right here like this, and tab it all together like that. Take the fist here and rotate that around, and then take the helicopter piece. You want to go ahead and open that up right there, tab that in. The head will probably come with it, and then you can open up this part right here like that. And this guy here can well, there's a number of things you do. You can bring this down and keep it up or whatever. I think you're supposed to bring it down if I remember correctly. You're supposed to bring it down, and then right here, you take the rotor here and you plug it in right here on the arm like that. And yeah, that's the new arm. So coming back up, gonna go ahead and remove Ellbat. And, well, plug this guy in right here. One thing I've noticed is Deathcobra here tends to be very solid. Plug in. But yeah, there's the thing you do. I'm just bring that up real quick just to... Yeah, with him, of course, you can take this guy and just, you know, plug it, you know, just kind of like before, just plug this in, you know, back here, like so. Just plug that in, just get him out of the way. But yeah, now it creates an asymmetry, and this is one of the things I was complaining about, I think, with the Iron Factory one, which is, yeah, it's kind of a cool idea, but, you know, it creates a really big asymmetry that's kind of a little bit frustrating, in my opinion. I mean, it's kind of a neat idea, though. It's still cool that, you know, that's a thing that you can do. But yeah. As for Ellbat, he can become a cannon. It's not in the instructions at all. Basically, you just kind of more or less take him back to jet mode. Yeah, rotate that and do that, and you kind of, yeah, you can more or less kind of take him back to jet mode. I mean, there's a number of things you can do from here. Yeah. Getting that all tabbed in. Close that up right here, and you can leave this out, you know, you can leave this kind of in certain ways, but yeah, I believe with him, just kind of leave this up and also leave these, leave those down. Yeah. Again, it's kind of your choice in a sense, how you want to configure it, because again, there's no real official configuration, but I just kind of leave it like that, and then put these toes back up, and then you can just, well, again, just, only thing is, though there is no tab connection, it's just the peg connection. Yeah, but yeah, you can more or less do some sort of cannon thing there. The thing is, it's almost more believable as a cannon, because now you got the little thruster for the jet right there too, which, well, actually looks like a thing. I almost actually forgot. Does this work? No. Okay, that does not work. I thought maybe for a second, but no. I forgot to test for that. And yeah, you can take this and just peg it in somewhere. You know, with the basically the gun out, or whatever. Just gonna... So you can do that. Ooh. The only thing is, yeah, it's only that peg, so it's less stable. That did not take much to just fall off. Yeah, it's just one peg and nothing else, so yeah, it's a bit less stable. But you can still do that. Which is pretty neat that it's still, you know, you can still have all 7 attached like this. So there you go. I'm just gonna real quick reconfigure this, and then we'll come back. One last thing, of course, accessory wise, I guess 2 last things, which is, again, the stands. Which, yeah, the Liokaiser. One thing is, yeah, I didn't mention this yet, but probably should have actually. But at the bottom of the stands, there's a bunch of stuff. Cool thing there is you can store the nunchuck spear things like this, and yeah, so basically 2 of everything can store in each stand. So you know you can do that. And plug these in right here. Here, you can take these chain guys and just plug those in right here. Each one, yeah, can plug in. Like that, and then yeah, the spearheads can plug in like that. Like so. And yeah, you have the whole, yeah, and each one can do this. So each stand can do 2 spear things, 2 whole things. I'm going to just do that all real quick. Again, off camera. Yep, you can see all of them are now, you know, stored away stuff. So the last thing, of course, the stand is, well, Liokaiser specific. Well, this, you take these pieces right here, and while here you can see there's little circles, and you can put those there, and then, well, you can put the stands together like that. And yep, put the stands together like so, and now you have this stand, and then you can take this, and I'm just gonna get these guys out of the way. Now you have a stand for Liokaiser as long as you take this adapter, and we'll take this adapter here and plug it in. I think I put this on, but yeah, I put the thing on backwards. Yeah, you plug it in right here. Yeah, it's like this. Yeah, you plug that in right there, and you take Liokaiser, and with him, in the back here, there are 2 peg holes. Yeah, 2 peg holes right here and right here, and you just, you know, just the legs out of the way here and just slide it on. Just like that, and now he's on a stand. Now he's on a stand, and everything's pretty good. Only problem is, when you do this, well, you have the thing of, well, you have these extra bits. And that's the only thing, is pretty much, you can see, literally everything that comes with him can be stored here, except for these 2. And I guess the only way to do that is, well, you just kind of have to bite the bullet and just kind of attach them anyway. I don't know, like, it's little pillars. I don't know, you could do something there, maybe, but yeah. You pretty much put everything in the box on one stand, and I think that's really cool. Helps with, you know, helps with that sort of thing. But I'm just gonna get him off the stand real quick because yeah, I need to do one last thing, which is a couple more things, which is well, one thing is measurements. Liokaiser, up to the top of his head, is 12 inches tall, or basically a foot, or 30 centimeters, roughly 30 centimeters, and his weight is 37.6 ounces, or 1,066 grams, or just over a kilogram. And that's without Deathcobra. With Deathcobra, 42.5 ounces, or 1,204 grams, or 1.2 kilograms. So, yeah. He's heavy. He's a big guy. So, of course, the last thing I got to do is some comparisons. Get this out of the way. Some comparisons. So, first of all, why not? Here's his boss. Maybe. Unless you realize you can beat him. Deathcobra, or not Deathcobra, what am I doing? Deathsaurus. Deathsaurus right here. Why are you not standing right? There we go. Deathsaurus right there, who is a bit shorter, which makes sense. He's a combiner. There's that. Here's Victory Saber. I'm not going to do the whole song and dance this time for, you know, all of the versions. I'm just going to, yeah, here's Victory Saber. Who believe, the thing is, again, there's a whole thing, I believe Victory Saber is a bit short comparatively. It's a whole weird thing. Is like, yeah, Star Saber is supposed to be really tall, so I believe Victory Saber is supposed to be head-to-head with him, so if I remember correctly, but, you know, it's just the reality of the situation. But still looks pretty good. Still can look like, you know, Star Saber can get his butt whooped by Liokaiser. And here's the Studio Series Megatron, just to give you an idea there. Bit of a line standard. And of course, some other comparisons. Here he is with Studio Series Devastator, just to give you an idea there. Another 6-member team. I will point out, funny enough, Devastator is a bit taller. Yeah, Devastator is really bulky. Yeah, this guy's got just, I noticed this guy though is a bit more posable in general, and yeah, blocks together feels a little bit, just a slight bit more solidly, but still good. Yeah, they're still both great combiners. But yeah, just give you an idea on that front. Here's the Iron Factory Liokaiser right here, just to give you an idea. That's complete with you know, Deathcobra, just to give you an idea of the different approaches. And I'm not going to show, I'm not going to go reconfigure this guy with Deathcobra's arm. It takes a lot of time. This is already kind of running long as is. But yeah, you can see that. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing here is these guys in the US, at least, roughly at, well, if you bought them before, not on the aftermarket, roughly cost you the same amount, about $300. Yeah, heavily stylized, lots of parts forming and whatnot. Less parts forming overall, much more faithful to the G1 version. And yeah, kind of pick your poison. Also, this is generation scale, legend scale, pick your poison. Or buy both, like I did. And lastly, here is Combiner Wars Liokaiser, who, yeah. Yeah, between the two, definitely. Yeah, this one wins. I mean, this guy was only $100, but this one's way better. Like, just because, for one, it's actually got, you know, all the members and not, you know, kind of a weird thing going on. But yeah, there you go on that. So that's HasLab Liokaiser as a whole. Yeah, it's a fantastic set. There have been no real major QC problems reported. You know, nothing huge and widespread. A couple people have had problems. Like, I think there's been a couple things where, like, some people have had multiples of the same fist. You know, so 2 left fists on some figures or whatever. Stuff like, I think someone snapped something on theirs, or, you know, stuff like that. Just little things, but nothing like widespread. Just random, just stuff happening for the most part. He's got a lot of variation and playability. He's really easy to transform. They're really fun. It's really fun going back and forth between all the modes and stuff. There's a lot of accessories, which again, also thankfully mostly come packed down to a single place, so you don't have to basically throw them all in a box. He just looks really good. He's fun. It's just a great set. The thing is, of course, he was $300, and now because it's a HasLab, you're paying on the aftermarket, and I'm right now on the aftermarket at this recording. He's going for, like, I think $700-800. Not worth that. Probably going to settle down a little bit and probably get closer to the $350-400, or maybe you'll get lucky and find someone who's willing to part with it for, you know, at cost. And those range, yeah, he's worth it. Barely, but he's worth it. I think, you know, again, is that he's barely worth it. And of course, there's a whole review thing, like, you know, it's like I'm reviewing something you can't really get retail anymore. But yeah, so I know a lot of people still haven't gotten theirs at this point, including anyone pretty much outside of the Canada and the US, pretty much. And some people in those areas are still waiting on theirs. But yeah, he's a really good figure overall, or just really good figure. And that's the thing. It's much like a Damas Machina Predaking. The individual robots definitely sacrificed a lot for the sake of the combined mode, and it was worth it. This is a fantastic combiner. And I do not regret this $300 I spent on this guy. So, yeah, if you get him for a relatively decent price, go for it. He's fantastic. If you missed it and you can get him for a relatively decent price, go for it. If you have one on the way, you're probably going to have a great time with him. Yeah, he's great. And I'm hearing the next HasLab is probably going to be Primus. So I'm probably going to be probably the first one to skip, because I don't really want Primus. And also, I don't know, I'm terrified of, you know, trying to fit another massive figure in my home. So, yeah, that's it. Yeah, he's great. Pick him up. If you know, pick him up or look forward to yours coming. Yeah, he's great. So that's it for this review. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out some of my social media down in the description and at the end of the video. Check out my Coffee, my Patreon. I shall see you next time with another video review.